guys, and that is it. So we made our mac and listen, if you think about it, mac and cheese is kind of like a French-Italian combo, right? Roux, bechamel, mornay, and then you put the pasta, huh? French-Italian? Wow. One of the few things in America that's kind of got some culture to it. Everything turned out perfectly. It was exactly what I wanted. There was no difference in flavor between this mac and cheese and any other mac and cheese that I've made on this channel before, and yet it was made with the thought of your wallet in mind. No sacrifice in time that it takes to make, it's easy. No sacrifice in flavor, and it's cheap. What else do you want?
We're giving you what you want.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.
I'm trying to see if I can pull up the chat on my phone, but I can't seem to do it.
This is one of the most debated sandwiches in American cuisine of all time. So of course, we gotta rock the boat. Step our foot in this dangerous territory without first assessing the landscape. So we're gonna go all the way out to Philadelphia just to eat cheesesteaks to make a point here. And since traveling and food go hand in hand, that's where today's sponsor, GEICO, comes in. Combining your home and car insurance could save you even more. So head down to the link in the description to see how much you could save.
You know, if anyone has any recommendations on this, just let me know. Love some help. This Halo. All right, so we're in Philadelphia right now, here to eat Philly cheesesteak. We can't do a Philadelphia cheesesteak recipe and not go to Philadelphia, okay? Pay respect. Let's begin. First one of the day, Tony Luke's. I wanted it to be John's roast pork, but they're closed on Monday. Did not know that was gonna happen. This happened last time when we went to Nashville, and all of the ones I wanted to go to were closed. My first unveiling, so I'm kind of excited. Oh my God. I have a couple of first thoughts on this. The bread is dope. God, Philadelphia is very loud. So it's good, but it really needs salt. Like, it's missing a lot of salt. I feel like this isn't the best representation, if I'm being honest. Everybody has a different opinion. I don't think this is gonna be the best one. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so we made it to D'Alessandro's. It's closed, actually. It said it was open on Google. I don't know, I guess they decided Josh is coming, we really don't want to do that. Fair enough. So we're going next to Max's, which was recommended by Uzi Jabber. The two ones that I really wanted to go to are not open, but thanks so much. Upward and onward. So as per recommendation, Max's. Got to see everything up close and personal, so I have a good idea of how they assembled it. Really beef heavy. I got same thing as last time, clearly different in my opinion. Juicier. They ladled juices onto this one. Yeah, this is it. See, this is what we were missing at the last one. Salt is there, the pepper's there, it's seasoned just about right. I would want a little more salt if it was me, but I'm not unhappy with this bite at all. They hit it with mayo. That's the secret. That's an optional thing. In my opinion, mandatory. Second stop and so far the best spot. We have one last one, Steve's. Steve's Prince of Steaks, our final destination. They said hello here for everyone working in the back. If you're watching, hey, big papa kiss to you. Visually, it looks solid. First off, cheese pull already. I just opened it, we're already. The steak is very uniformly cut, which I do like. They lay it out, but they actually put the onions on top and then the cheese and all that and then layer it in here and melt it. It's a little more almost culinary inclined. This was my third most recommended. Number one being D'Alessandro's. Number two, John's roast pork. Max's was the best out of the three. And this is probably on the bottom tier. No salt at all. But you know what? If they season this maximally with salt, it would be perfect. It would change this sandwich completely. Patty, no buns. Groovy. Every single person in Philadelphia that's from Philadelphia or currently resides here told me specifically never, ever to go to Gino's or Pat's, like the one that everyone talks about that doesn't live in Philadelphia. So the locals, they don't like it. We were gonna go there, time doesn't allow it. I just wanted to mention that. It's been several hours, we leave tomorrow morning. I've got the context that I need. So without further ado, let's make this, shall we?
Okay, so if we're gonna make a cheesesteak, the first thing we must discuss is bread. Of course, not just any bread. It must come on a long hoagie roll. Sometimes with sesame seeds, sometimes without them. In this case, we love sesame seeds. So the first thing we're gonna do is not go to the grocery store because we're grown-ups, and instead we're going to make our own from scratch to fully flex on all
Let's do this,
cheesesteaks,
y'all.
but also to maximize our control in the final product. To do that, we're going to begin with our dough. If you think we're using puffiness, you would be, because we want accurate numbers here. So get yourself a large bowl and add 950 grams of bread flour, 20 grams of fine sea salt, and 12 grams of granulated sugar. In a separate container, get yourself 589 grams of water and bring it to a temperature around 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Whisk in 3 grams of instant yeast, and that's your little yeasty gentleman. To your flour mixture, vigorously whisk in 50 grams of extra virgin olive oil, then add all of your cloudy yeast juice. I keep trying to come up with grotesque ways to say yeast mixture, so can we get a rating on that? Okay, all right, not bad. Right, anyway, begin mixing that by hand. I want that mind, body, and dough connection. Mix that just until you get a shaggy dough, and yes, it will be sticky, so stay calm. Clean off the excess dough from your hands, cover with plastic wrap, and let that rest at room temp for
Hold on, I wanna. That's all good. I'll just keep
15 minutes.
it
Then
rolling.
pull the dough out. It should be a little easier to handle. Give it a quick knead by picking it up and slapping it down over itself, repeating that over and over for about 1 minute. It's also called slap and fold, or until it begins to turn smooth. Cover that again with plastic wrap and let it rest for another 15 minutes at room temp. Then give it one more slap and fold for another minute or so until very smooth. Then roll that into a lightly whipped ball. Lightly grease a work surface, place your dough on there, and cover with an inverted bowl and let that rest for 45 minutes to 1 hour. Just go find something to do, play chess or something. Once it's done, it should be a nice rotund dough. Split that guy into 4 even pieces weighing about 400 grams each, and I'm tired of telling y'all this. Please, weigh your dough pieces out. What are you gonna do if you have one regular sized hoagie and then some awkward little 4-inch hoagie? Anyway, shape those by gathering up all the sides and bring them to the center.
And then compassion. Seeing beyond our differences. Understanding our similarities. Feeling for those who suffer. Even if... Oh, Arthas.
Wait. What is that? In the corner?
This entire city must be purged.
How can you even consider that?
His memories are twisting together. We must help him.
No, Clea. He must face this on his own.
I guess we're out of here.
Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city.
This is what a paladin must feel like.
You are not my king yet, boy. Nor would I obey that command even if you were.
Then I must consider this an act of treason.
Treason? Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
center, roll it over so the seam side is facing down, then gently roll it in circles and keep in constant contact with your work surface until you get a smooth ball. Place that ball in an individual container that is generously greased with cooking oil. You can either use smaller bowls or containers like these guys, or a dough proofing box. Most containers will work. Now cover this with a lid or with plastic wrap and place in the fridge for 1 to 4 days. Yep, this dough can be made several days in advance. 2 days is probably the ideal time. To bake the dough, first pull your dough out and let them come up to room temp for 3 hours. Once those are room temp, get yourself a large tea towel or a couche, dust it lightly with rice flour or all-purpose flour to prevent sticking. Rice flour does do a better job. Then to shape your dough, flour the top, pop it out of its container so the unfloured side is facing up. Gently press the dough to flatten into a small rectangle, then fold it in half away from you. Brush off any excess flour and fold it in half the same direction one more time. Pinch the seams closed, roll it over so the seam side is facing down, create some tension, rolling it out to taper the ends as you get close to them until it's 12 inches long. Then very lightly brush the top with some water and roll it in untoasted sesame seeds to coat the entire dough except for the bottom. Now place your torpedo of flavor onto your couche, gently fold up the couche to cradle the dough like this and repeat with the rest of your dough. And next thing you know, you've got a bunch of little gentlemen snuggling next to each other. Oh, so cute. Now for a short nap before launching into a hellfire of a hot oven. Cover that with excess couche, temp with plastic wrap, and let it proof for 2 hours. Yes, it's a long process, all right? 1 hour before they're ready, add a baking steel to your
God,
oven
that looks
and heat to
good.
500 degrees Fahrenheit or as hot as your oven will allow. Then once your dough is done,
never done dough like that.
Lightly dust a pizza peel with rice flour or semolina. Carefully roll your dough onto the peel. Don't just pick it up like some barbarian, all right? You're gonna degas all that hard work. Make sure the sesame side is facing up, then dip a razor blade, or more specifically, a lame, in some water and score the entire layer of dough beautifully. Then launch it into your preheated oven, spray the dough and parts of the oven, avoiding the glass door on the oven. That's
Feeling nervous,
hazard,
Arthur?
to say the least. Close the door promptly, then after 2.5 minutes, spray the dough again, wait another 2.5 minutes, and spray the dough.
Okay, so Arthas became
Honestly,
a paladin.
yes. I see your devotion to the light and feel doubt cloud my heart.
No.
You taught me
I
so
should
much.
have listened to him.
I sometimes
Why
wonder if
didn't
I'm
I
truly meant to
listen?
walk this path.
You sought to comfort a troubled student.
Great
None
expectations
can
await
fault
you,
you for
lad.
such an act.
I have faith that you
Tell
will exceed
that
them all. To all of the innocents he slaughtered. I set him on that path. That should clear your mind.
You guided him on the path
It
of
always
justice.
does.
He is the one who strayed from it.
May the light forgive me. No. I should have listened to him. Why didn't I listen?
You sought to comfort a troubled student. None can fault you for such an act.
Tell that to all of the innocents he slaughtered. I set him on that path.
You guided him on the path of justice. He is the one who strayed from it.
May the light forgive me.
Dough for a final and third time. Then just let it bake for 8 to 12 minutes or until a beautiful golden brown. Remove your hoagie from the oven and cool in a wire rack and repeat with the remaining 3 pieces of dough. Okay, so the hardest part is out of the way because really making a Philly cheesesteak is easy as long as you follow some of the rules. So first thing you're gonna need is a green bell pepper.
Change
Take that
is
and throw
coming.
that right out the window
And we
because it
must
seems that most
change
of Philadelphians don't find that traditional, so nice. Let's talk about my meat, or well, our meat, or the meats. Here we have a 4-pound boneless rib roast that was in the freezer for 30 minutes just to firm it up a little bit. And look, this needs to be sliced real thin. You can absolutely do it with a sharp knife, but if you want to speed things up, then I'd recommend using a deli meat slicer, which is like, okay, I understand papa being papa, and should you desire not to spend money on something that's kind of ridiculous like that, then obviously just use your knife. Now go ahead and slice that bad boy as thinly as you can while maintaining the structural integrity of the meat. Should look something like this. Then you'll sort of reach a point where slicing any thinner becomes impossible and or dangerous, which in that case, just go ahead and save the rest of that steak
What
for a
is
date night
this
or something.
place?
Anyway, for some extra fatty flavors, snag 2 pounds of boneless short ribs or 3 pounds of bone-in short ribs, and of of course, remove their bones, and slice those against the grain about an eighth of an inch thick. Don't leave this out because the marbling of this will go a long way in the final product. Alright, next up is onion. Some say slices, others say dice. Well, the way I'd like to do it is get yourself 3 sweet onions, cut the top off, then the bottom, cut it in half, peel it, and slice that into big, chunky 1-inch pieces like this. Now we're ready to cook. Okay, so you're gonna get yourself a little pan, right? A little baby pan? Stinky pan? No. Well, maybe. Listen, you need this to be cooked on a griddle or plancha of some sort. That's how it's normally done. Trust Papa when he says plancha cooking hits different. A large cast iron griddle pan that goes on your stovetop will work fine, but Papa has other plans.
Why linger here?
This guy's so funny.
I literally bought this only for this video. So heat up half your griddle to medium high and the other half to low. Fill a squirt bottle with half a cup of vegetable oil and half a cup of melted warm tallow, which is just rendered beef fat, which, by the way, you can acquire from any beef fat trim. For example, like the beef fat trim from the rib roast you have. All you have to do is rough chop it, place it in a pan, heat over low, stirring often until all the fat is rendered out. Then strain that through a fine mesh strainer and, well, that's your tallow. It's optional, but it adds a ton of flavor. Now once your griddle is hot, good lord, Jandis, squirt it with your beef fat oil and let that get nice and hot. Then add a third of your sweet onion, season that to taste with salt, and a small pinch of sugar. Saute that, stirring and flipping often for about 5 minutes or until your onions are soft and have begun to get some charring and caramelization. Slide those onions to the cooler side of the griddle, squirt the hot side with some more oil, with some more beef fat, and let that heat just until it begins to smoke. Then add a third of your sliced beef, let that sear nicely for about a minute, then season and taste with salt, let that continue to sear for another 30 seconds to a minute. One of my biggest gripes was the lack of color. So when you flip your beef, you should see a decent amount of color. Just be forewarned, if you let it go too long, it'll go dry. Now flip and sear the other side, season again to taste with salt and a generous fresh crack of black pepper. Then once it's seared and cooked through, but still juicy, about 1 to 2 more minutes, give that a nice rough chop with a spatula, mix together with your onions, and at this point you're ready to add your cheese. Be aware that this is only a third of your batch, so you could obviously be doing this in 3 batches, so you can get proper color. Now bring everything together in a rough line, about the shape of a full hoagie. This is enough meat for 1 to 2 sandwiches, depending on how you like it. Layer on 3 to 4 slices of provolone cheese, which is ideally sharp provolone. Then just let that melt. You can also speed up the melting process with the use of Papa's magic wand, which is also known as a blowtorch. Now while it's melting, get your hoagie, cut in half, but leave the back end detached so it's got something to stop the meat from falling out the other end. Optionally, spread on a nice layer of mayo, if you roll like that. This is just a basic garlic mayo consisting of 1 cup of mayonnaise and 4 cloves of grated garlic, seasoned to taste with salt and whisked together. Beautifully simple.
Oh, that sounds
Now once the
delightful.
cheese is melted, get a large spatula and scoop up your meat, and good lord, that cheese pull's gonna make me act up. Now add as much cheesesteak as you like to your bread, close it up, observe its jaw-dropping cheesy features, and take a moment to see if you hit the nail on the head or not here.
Well, would you look at that? Now this
is what I was looking for.
This hoagie is doit. I mean, it's got the,
Oh my god, it's kinda squishy.
it's juicing. Oh, good lord, have mercy on my soul. I'm about to bust. Good lord. There's almost too much flavor in this compared to the ones that we had. Right off the bat, to me, this tastes like what I imagined a Philly cheesesteak to taste. It's unctuous, rich. The beef flavor is just like, yappa, yeah. And that extra beef fat really does help. This hoagie is soft, spongy, chewy on the outside. And that garlic mayo. I mean, really, this is a perfect food. I think I could only eat one of these, though, and I'd be done.
I'm gonna die.
Philadelphians are like,
Oh,
what?
God.
Hey, kid.
Literally about
you
to
guys
die.
could go put a mustard on a Philly cheesesteak. What's wrong with you? I think what we made today was an excellent Philly cheesesteak. I don't know what the Philadelphians think. Let us know in the comments, but, you know, visually looking at this, tasting it, this is what I felt a Philly cheesesteak should have been from the get-go. But this is not a but better, and secondarily, we have one more special Philly cheesesteak that is not exactly traditional, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Okay, so that was
Oh,
definitely
cheese
a big
whiz.
dub,
And
but what
I'll
if we
make
took it a step
sure you
further and made
die
a Philly
quickly.
cheesesteak, but you know, with A5 Miyazaki Wagyu? Real simple. This time we're just going to julienne a sweet onion. Get that sauteing with your beef fat, season to taste with salt. Then once they get some decent color,
Alright,
scoop it to the
this.
side. Next, get a half pound of oyster mushrooms, rough chop them, heat a pan with 2 tablespoons of butter or your beef fat over medium high. Then once it's reaping hot, add your mushrooms, season to taste with salt and pepper, and let those sear, stirring often for about 3 minutes or until softened with some
about to
light brown.
die.
Place it to the side. Now, optionally, one more thing. You know, we might as well make this extra fancy by making a fried garlic sage topping. First, heat up half cup of oil in a small pan over medium high, and while it's heating, add your garlic first and let that come up naturally with the heat and fry just until golden brown. Then remove it, and once the oil is hot, add your sage and fry just until it begins to stop bubbling and crisp. Drain on a paper towel, then combine those two and crush together, and that's your topping. All right, we're almost there. Snag yourself a 20 to a 25-ounce A5 Miyazaki Wagyu ribeye. Portion that bad boy into sliceable segments. I like to separate out the eye and cut it into 2 manageable pieces. There's more to this obviously, but you can save that for another time. Place that directly on an ungreased, hot side of the griddle and let that sear. Season your meat generously with salt and let that sear for 2 to 3 minutes. Flip and enjoy a tantalizing sizzle of beef beauty. And sear the other side for another 2 to 3 minutes. Remove from the griddle and let that rest for 5 minutes. Then while that's resting, let's make our spicy mayo. Get a medium-sized bowl and add half a cup of mayo, a quarter cup of Cholula, 3 tablespoons of sriracha, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and salt and pepper to taste. Give that a nice little whisk until thoroughly combined. Then all you gotta do is toast your bread quickly in that beautiful beef fat. Stack on a nice big slice of Swiss cheese, a couple slices of smoked Gouda, melt those guys down with a blowtorch or a broiler, then add a generous layer of your spicy mayo, followed by your onions, then mushrooms. Slice your beef beautifully, about 1/3 of an inch thick, then place that atop your sandwich, top with your optional fried sage and garlic, close the hatch, tuck a napkin in your shirt, put on your Italian leather Gucci shoes, and enjoy the most luxurious cheesesteak to grace any kitchen.
All
Who
right.
knows? Maybe it's even better. Let's find out.
You know, after spending literally $400 or $500 on this entire just one sandwich, I don't want to eat it. Does that sound bratty?
A little bit.
But it's a circumstantial thing. It does look good.
Oh, wow.
This is actually a lot better than the original Philly cheesesteak. Thank God. Thank God. I was really worried. I thought it was gonna be too rich. It's actually not. The bread is just spongy enough that it absorbs all that fat. I mean, you can see it absorbing the fat, and it's not overly so. It's not like it's gushing beef fat directly in my mouth. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit of squirt squirt. That's all right. We talked about how juicy squirt squirt's the way to go. The fattiness, the juiciness, the richness. I even went in for a second bite and I meant that bite. All things that we've tested. We've done the original, we've done this fancy version. In my opinion, this is a more exciting bite. They're equally sort of like rich, but to me, this is more exciting. This is juicier. This has a lot more flavors going on, but it's not a cheesesteak, really, it's not. It does have steak and cheese, but it's not. If I were to pick one, I probably would. Probably pick this one right here. We made 2 sandwiches, the regular Philly cheesesteak, this unnecessarily expensive one. If you have the means to make an expensive one, I would highly recommend it, but either way, they're both beautifully, mind-numbingly delicious. Make a dang cheesesteak and do me a favor, do it the right way.
You wanna know what else spends $500 just to make an incredibly unnecessarily fancy cheesesteak? B-roll.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, that is it. We are back home. Thank you again to our friends at Geico for sponsoring today's video. They're helping me with my culinary journey around the United States, and they want to help you too. Of course, by helping you save money on your home and car insurance. So head over to the link down below and visit geico.com today. Now let's talk about this Philly cheesesteak. We made 2 different versions. The second one's more of like an ethereal dream that was like formulated in my brain and spat out on a plate, and actually ended up pretty good. It's a little sacrilegious in what a cheesesteak should be, but I do what I want. Do I think that we paid respect and homage to the tradition of
All
what a Philly
5
cheesesteak?
paragons are needed for our covenant sigil to be reforged. Upon this day, we shall name a new paragon of loyalty.
My Archon, loyalty bereft of compassion fractured the very heart of the Kyrian. Perhaps what we need is not loyalty, but devotion to our cause, to each other.
And to the souls we usher into the Shadowlands.
When Devos turned against us, I met her with spear in hand. There was truth in her words, but I did not listen. Let us learn from Uther's example. Henceforth, all Kyrian shall be offered a choice: to keep their memories, or to let them go. Adrastes, I anoint you paragon of devotion. And Clea, you shall serve as his hand.
Me? Forgive me, my Archon, but
Your devotion to our sacred charge has never faltered. None are more deserving of this honor than you.
Thank you, my Archon. We go in service.
Looks like I need to change the bit rate. This video. Yeah. Okay. What did it say? 4,500? Shit. $4,500. Better? kbps. Well, we are now. Let's see if we get that warning message to go away. Just enabled it though, so it might take. Maybe I just stop. Oh. Hey, excellent connection. Cool. Stream health is excellent. Looking good. Okay, so now. Show YouTube. Good, we're back. Hey. What should we look at? Let's do New York style pizza recipe.
This pizza recipe is sponsored by Audible. Start listening with a 30-day free trial by using my link in the description.
Fair enough, dude.
This is an update of a video I posted a year ago about how I try to make New York-style pizza in a home kitchen. I'm going to show you how my technique has evolved over the last year, and also try to explain things a little better than maybe I did the first time, including what this style of pizza actually is. Start with the dough. Yes, I normally make my pizza dough in a stand mixer, but I will never cook in a stand mixer on the internet again, because I don't want people to get the impression that they need something so expensive to make good food. You don't. All you need is a bowl, ideally a big bowl with a wide base. These days I start by putting in all my water, about 2.5 cups of warm water. Then some sugar, a tablespoon. Some people might say that's a lot. I don't think that it makes the dough taste sweet. It does, however, help the crust brown at home oven temperatures, which are going to be lower than professional oven temperatures. That's our main challenge here. In goes a teaspoon of active dry yeast. Mix that up and let it sit for 5 minutes. Give that yeast a chance to rehydrate and to eat some of the sugar in there and to be fruitful and multiply. This is called blooming, and it is not necessary. The dough will rise regardless. The reason people do this is to check to see if their yeast is still alive. And guess what? This was dead. Look, no change. I've been working from this jar of yeast since my first pizza video a year ago, and this yeast is no more. It has ceased to be. It's expired and gone to meet its maker. So let's try this again with fresh yeast. You wait a few minutes, and then here's my favorite part. I am not speeding up this footage. This is real time. I love that. Okay, now I am speeding it up. Gonna put in some olive oil, maybe that's 2 tablespoons or something. Some pros don't use oil in their dough. Again, I think that it helps the crust brown in a home oven. Then in goes a tablespoon of salt. Some people say that will kill the yeast. That is a myth, as you shall plainly see. Certainly with enough salt and enough time, you will kill the yeast, but this will not. Now flour. I use bread flour, which has a higher protein content than all-purpose flour. You can use all-purpose, it just won't be quite as chewy and stretchy. There's even higher protein flours that you can buy on the internet, but this is in every American grocery store. I start with 5 cups by volume. Sure, that's not an accurate way of measuring flour, but this is just a starting point. I'm going to add more flour by feel as we knead. I usually just bring that together with a spatula or something, then get my hand in there and knead. You can take it out and knead on the table, of course, but with a nice wide bowl like this, you can keep the mess entirely contained in the bowl. I'm just gathering it together and then pushing it down with the weight of my body behind my palm. When it gets so sticky that I can't really work with it, I'll sprinkle on a little bit more flour. As little as possible, though. I really prefer wetter doughs these days. They bake up lighter and crispier. The only downside is they're sticky and hard to work with, so I'm adding the minimal flour to keep it workable. The test to see if it's ready is to see if you can stretch out a patch of it really thin without it tearing. That is not ready yet. By the way, some pros would say if you're going to use oil in your dough, you should add it at this stage rather than at the beginning. They say you got to let the flour hydrate first before you introduce the fat. The problem with that is that it's hard to knead oil into a dough that's already gone smooth and elastic like this.
Okay, hold on. We gotta hone in here, y'all. We gotta hone in here, and we're gonna go. YouTube hype free music. All right, here it is, y'all. Here it is. What's the plan? What's the plan? Not sure, but here we are. Okay, I'm gonna stay with the homie. Try to get a whirlwind. No, nothing. Okay, there he is. There he is. Nice. All right, on the road. Oh fuck! Oh, I should have done. Just pop all the cooldowns. Wow. Okay. Oh. Going rogue. Scare red. Okay. Heals up. Oh, get the heal. Get the rogue. Stay alive. Get more health. Yeah. Okay. Not bad. Let's do it, baby. Come on. Whoa. Oh! Is that him? Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Nice. GG's. Let's rock and roll. Oh, it looks like I am hiding. I want to show my stream. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, my friend. Let's go. Let's hit it. Get really high and just like coast down on my glider. Cool. Let's. I wonder if I go to YouTube here like this, will it show that? No. If I go here and I show YouTube, yeah, it will. Time lapse cooking.
used to pay $162.
Alright, and we're just gonna skip ads, do that here. Okay. Unsure myself. I mean, I really don't know much about this kind of stuff. Oh. Oh, and then we're gonna pop this one. Oh no, I fucked up. Oh, I should have jumped away, I blew it, but I think he might be able to carry this. God, warlocks are so powerful. Wow, dude. Wow. This guy's amazing. Oh, I keep hiding my webcam. I think I must be... It's the hotkey. For some reason... It's this, right? Oh, fuck. Okay, well, that was an accident. Okay, so let's... It must just be an OBS setting that I keep hitting. Hide webcam is control. Oh, that's... I'm hitting that. Yeah, so that's not the move. Alt. Maybe alt that. Yeah, alt that seems. I don't do alt anything. Alt plus show. Like that. Alt plus. Damn it. Blew it. That was bad. Wow. Did he carry this? What? Wow. Wow. Oh, he left. Cool. All right, we're headed into a faraway land. Compassion and devotion. I wish there was like an easy telly. There probably is. I'm just not thinking about it. Fair enough. Okay, here we go. Turn back around. My quest log is going to fill up here. Oh, wow. Oh, good stuff. Dad. Oh, that looks good. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Alright, it's time to crush, man. I feel like I haven't. Oh man, I hate getting this one. Yeah, I feel like I haven't been warmed up into arenas. Okay, just get that. That, okay. Oh yeah, we're doing fine enough. Oh yeah, fuck. heal up, heal up, heal up. Why can't I hit this guy?
No stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'll be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let them know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show them who's in charge. Call me a shooting star.
Didn't even get to cross.
I said I'm moving too far. Get to glass. Looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad. I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I'd be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get to glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We aren't hating because you aren't. Shining like it's neon. Rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Yeah, shoot, shoot. Yeah, shoot, shoot. Yeah, shooting, shooting. Yeah, shooting shots. Shooting stars. Shooting stars. Shooting stars. Shooting stars.
Didn't even get to cross.
Right, yeah. Nice. Fuck yeah. Let's see if I can change the music. I'm kind of feeling like some light jazz, no copyright. Light jazz. Maybe this should be fine, dude. Qualified? Yeah, I am. Sweet. 1310. Cool. Okay, so for this matchup, honestly, I don't even know. Probably try to just stack out Feral. He's gonna try to get a cheesy opening on me, though, I think. Just come on, man. Actually? Yeah. Let's hope this. Like, just bother the Pharaoh, just bother the Pharaoh, yeah. Let's cool down, slowly just... We made him pump his... I don't think we have. Alright, we got Shell, that's good. Wow. All right. Priests are so strong.
This area with their most adept warriors. Strike them down.
Oh no, is he not in? Are you not in? Weird. fly. It's probably... Dun. Dun 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 dun. Wow, dude. Holy priest, man. Gosh, this priest is so strong. Combatant season 2, yeah, baby. Combatant 2, season 3. Sweet.
The Forsworn have fortified this area with their most adept warriors. Strike them down. Courage be with you.
Loving this. Loving. Wow, yeah. Ooh, yum. Butter. Oh, sesame seeds. Oh my god, that looks so good. Oh my gosh. Jesus.
The Forsworn have fortified this area with their most adept warriors. Strike them down. Courage be with you.
Don't really care about finishing the world quest. I just want to get up out of here to finish campaign. Okay. That's the deal. Alright, I'll wait. Cool. Okay, here. So, what do we got going on? We got another Fury, got an enhancement shaman. Matroke scares me. Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm saying. Okay, we're going shaman, and then slow the warrior, that kind of stuff. Do anything? Screw them. Okay, here it is. Here's the first window. Come on, dude. Oh, might. Oh, what, dude? What is this? Crazy heals. You know what? Switch to warrior. Oh, fuck, dude. See, I don't know. what would have been better there? It's wild. Okay. Let's check this out for a second. Yes. Okay. I think I'm gonna go warrior here. Just, I don't know, I'm gonna go in here. Just pop defensives. Go warrior. I think I might just rally cry immediately. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, come on. Let's slow down here. Slow down. Ah, missed that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, we got him, we got him. Yeah, we got him. Oh my god. Good work. Wow. I'm so amazed how much they live. No. Oh no, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. Nice. Nice, nice. Slippery guy. Slippery guy. You're doing pretty good. I definitely don't have enough for weapons, but I should probably wait till Tuesday, see what I get in the vault before I buy anything. Uh-oh. I'll try to all end DK and help slow the shaman down. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Spin to win this. Yeah, all DK, all DK, all DK, all DK, DK all day. Come on. We got this one. I got a feeling. Got this DK. God, I heal the leech. Where's that's the shaman that's healing. Oh, we're close. I think we can get an next burst window. Right there. Yeah, next burst window. Ready? Pop, do it. Pop, and pop. There it is. Yeah, dude, nice. He's so slippery, man, I swear. He's not going down without a fight, dude. Jeez, dude. Just all damage. Just damage this guy. Come on, dude. Okay. It's amazing. Yeah, shamans are beasts. It's amazing, really. Ooh, in and out. Wow, that was nice. I like that. That was perfect. In and out. So here, in. Can I just get the now? Or Q. Slap. Let's get back up in the air. Ooh. I shouldn't have popped rally, but that's okay. I think it's DK. Shit. Oh gosh, I have to die. This guy does so much damage. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, my friend. Do your show. There you go. All right. Oh. That's the kill, dude. No. Oh, yes. He knows he has to go for the priest. It's the only way. Come on, dude. What the hell? This guy is so annoying. This must run out of resources some way, right? Oh, come on, dude. Oof. Goodness gracious. That DK is just so beefy. It's so beefy.
The Forsworn have fortified this area with their most adept warriors. Strike them down. Courage be with you.
Let's see what recipe we're looking at now. Oh yeah, dude, that looks delicious. Some sauce, some like kind of, ooh, a pesto pasta maybe. Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh, I can't stop it. Dang, it's gonna be really hard. Never mind, control. I'm done. Control. That was a tough one.
The Forsworn have fortified this area with their most adept warriors. Strike them down. Courage be with you.
Yeah, I get so tunnel visioned. Get back, we'll complete the quest. Okay, so I think it's, jeez, oh gosh. Go mage. Gosh, it's toughy. All right. No. Arrgh. you do this, dude? Oh, he can just make it a hell of a time for him, that's for sure. Damn. Wow. There he goes. Hey, baby.
With their most adept warriors. Strike them down. Courage be with you.
Alright. Mage. Let's... Yeah. Go boy. Nice, dude. We're just watching ads right now. Sorry, y'all. So where are we going?
Kyrian. Once more, not out of loyalty, but devotion. A new path for Bastion begins.
Alright, what are we doing here? Let a legion hold. Sure. Let's get out of here.
Our purpose is clear.
Alright, let's look at a specific recipe. Let's do some mozzarella. Mozzarella sticks. Homemade recipe. Quick. Something like that. I like this guy. This guy's cool. Oh, I need to change. That's the problem, dude. Okay.
You fry it, it's cheesy, gooey. Do I really need to say anything else? Different today. The apron is off, so you know it's gonna be special. We're celebrating 3 million subscribers together. Wow, would you look at that? Well, first off, we're a little bit late, and I apologize for that. It's been very busy. We've been trying to do a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna make excuses. The point is, I couldn't be more thankful, and it's because of you guys, because of the support of everyone who enjoys what we do. Thank you doesn't even suffice anymore. Now it's just, we're gonna do more, we're gonna do it bigger and better, and all of that, to the house and studio tour. This is the kitchen, you know it, you understand it, but you usually only see this plane. But there's other parts that make up a kitchen. Pantry, as of right now, it's a massive mess. We did our best to try and kind of get some sort of organization, but sometimes it gets a little bit chaotic. We've also added this to the door. This was a buddy of mine, Cam. He came up with this whole idea, and I think this is great. The way that I've tried to organize this is this is all spices, only spices, and like a couple dried items like dates. This is all flours, grains, and sugars, and nuts on the far right. Everything else is kind of just melted together. It will get better. We are technically on the second floor, by the way. Plaque on the wall, 1 million times 3. Here's the craziest thing. We received this, 12 months ago or less? Less than a year ago. Now we're at triple that. It's been a wild year for a lot of people, and I'm super grateful.
I want to know about the breadstick. Okay, let's come on.
Hello. He's here.
All right.
This is Vikram's favorite thing to do is be in a small
mozzarella
space.
sticks and arenas, baby.
Bedroom. After living here for I think 6 months now, I've kind of got to a point where now I'm ready to actually already move out. Long story short, we're building something very special back in Austin. All right, finally.
Gosh, oh wow.
You always have a bathroom in your office with a shower. This is essentially our 2 editing bays. We edit all the videos here. TJ also edits it on his computer on this desk over here. This is where the voiceover happens. It's the same mic that I started with since 0 subscribers. We've got to stop talking now. This means we're about to take a very important exam. We've got to get to editing, so let's move on.
Alright, so we're going to start with Old Reliable, the classic mozzarella stick with ranch specifically. Look, use marinara, but I'm not ranch with mozzarella.
I think Paladin's the
On
kill.
that note, here's how to make the ranch. Real simple. In a medium-sized bowl, combine 3/4 of a cup or 116 grams of mayonnaise, half a cup or 125 grams of creme fraiche, 1 tablespoon or 25 grams of Dijon mustard. Begin whisking that together, then stream in half a cup or 120 grams of butter. Now once you have that, add half a bunch of finely sliced chives, half a cup of finely chopped parsley, 3 sprigs of dill, also finely chopped. And 3 cloves of garlic grated. Season that taste with salt and pepper, then whisk all that together and enjoy one of the greatest ranch dressings to exist. Maybe it's Now normally with these kinds of mozzarella sticks, you need breadcrumbs. But as you know, we make our own seasoned breadcrumbs from scratch. You'll need about 8 to 10 slices of a simple white loaf of bread. Line those on some baking sheets, you don't need to coat them, and toss them in an oven set to 275 Fahrenheit over 105 Celsius
so
for
hard.
15 minutes. Also, if your oven isn't go that low, but just put it as low as it can. After about 15 minutes or until it's very dry and crumbly, let that cool completely, and toss some of the bread in the food processor, begin processing so it all fits nice and snug in there. Then add 1 teaspoon of 5 grams of salt, 1 teaspoon of 3 grams of dried thyme, 1 teaspoon of 3 grams of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of 4 grams of black pepper, obviously, and 1 teaspoon of 4 grams of garlic powder. Blend that together until you get a nice fine garlic texture, like you see right here. And that's all it takes. Now for the breading station, you'll need 1 bowl with 1 cup or 150 grams of all-purpose flour, another bowl with your seasoned breadcrumbs, and 1 bowl with 3 large eggs, whisked together until combined and smooth. And all you need to do is cut up 2 large blocks of low moisture mozzarella into half-inch batons. Remember to keep them even till they fry. Then to bread, take a baton, dip it in the flour, dust off the excess, toss it to coat the eggs,
I really do think it's the paladin.
breadcrumbs to coat every crevice. Now just repeat that whole process one more time to double coat your mozzarella sticks. Get it undercoated and immersed in the oil, so always double coat. Now just get a pot with about 2.5 inches of oil, making sure not to go beyond the quarters full. Heat that bad boy to 175 Celsius, and just quickly lay those guys in the oil in batches and fry for 1 to 3 minutes, or until they get a nice golden brown like this. Beware that if you leave them in too long, the cheese will boil and start to leak out, so try to balance that. Now toss those on wire racks to drain as you're frying the rest.
Wow, this comp is...
Ready to serve with your range.
There's so much stain. Yeah, we're done, so I think this paladin is flushed with mana, so we're...
Okay, the classic.
Tough, man.
There's not much to say about this. We all know what this represents. All right, this is childhood memories. You live in America. You got the ranch. All right, you could do marinara. There's nothing wrong with marinara. I know you guys are probably thinking,
Josh, I can't believe you're just doing ranch. No, it's too much.
then go make a marinara.
But Josh, I want your marinara.
Well, then don't judge me. Don't judge me. I need to eat my feelings. This has the classic, traditional mozzarella stick flavor that you want, but just up another level. It's crispier. Because we made our own breadcrumbs from scratch, we actually control the flavor. So you can make it taste like whatever you want. You want like a chicken curry flavored mozzarella stick? That's an idea. Why didn't I do that with it? These are a classic mozzarella stick, but upgraded. Now next, you got
Okay, next I decided to fancify this and make giant fried brie cubes, because I can. You'll need 1 large wheel of brie. Okay, maybe not this large, maybe like a quarter or half this size. Then just cut it into cubes that are roughly 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. 2 notes, really keep these guys even. I know I always say it, but Papa never lies. And second is to leave the skin on so it doesn't melt too quickly when frying. Now we're gonna bread these katsu style. Here we have 1 bowl filled with 1 cup or 150 grams of all-purpose flour, another with 1.5 cups or 140 grams of panko breadcrumbs, and another with 2 whole eggs beaten together beautifully. Now first coat every single edge inside, nook and cranny in the flour. Shake off the excess, then coat in the egg, and finally toss in the panko, ensuring to really press the panko so it sticks on every single side. Then place those on a tray and repeat with the rest of your cubes. Take your tray, put it in the freezer for 1 hour, no more, no less. If they freeze, they won't fry properly. We're just firming these brothers up. Then in that same oil setup, heat the oil to 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius, and from cold, fry in batches for 3 to 4 minutes or until deep golden brown. And the cheese is completely melted on the inside. You can always do a test one first to get it right, then fry the rest. Then drain each batch on a wire rack as they finish frying and serve immediately. I mean, look at this. That is ooey gooey hours right there.
Now, some might look at this and go, oh, a cube, a fried cube. No, this is a cube of fried cube. Now, I'm not actually they really on the inside, literally, super rich, really intense. Yolks are cheesy, fatty, crunchy. This would be a lot better rather than having this. I would serve this with like an 8-ball comment. My buddies.
Oh my gosh, dude. He's really good at tackling. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay. Open himself.
We got our verdict on that. I got one more for you after this.
Okay, we got our 2 fried guys, but I got one more for you. What about pan-fried cheese? Here we have a pan-fried
we got this.
topped with homemade cheese. We're on the caviar kick with this one. I'm sorry I had to do it. Now, what is Scamorza? It sounds gross, but it's a beautiful southern Italian cheese. Similar to mozzarella,
That's it. It's gotta be it.
First, cut it in half.
Yeah,
remove the
dude,
waxy
nice.
exterior, then cut it in half again to form quarters, then slice those into little wedges about 3/4 inch thick. Now heat a dry non-stick skillet over medium heat until it's very hot. Add your cheese, pan fry until golden, about 1 to 2 minutes, then flip and fry on the other side about the same amount of time, and repeat with enough cheese to fill it, like before it was wrong. Now plate it all up, top some of your cheese with strawberry jam and a small pinch of fresh thyme leaves, and then top the others with a tiny drizzle of honey and a little dollop of caviar. It's flexy, fancy, makes an incredible amuse-bouche for a party or a nice segue during a lovely evening Netflix and chill. Now let us have our final taste test.
Scamorza. Now, they look a little flat, but that doesn't matter. If you've never had seared cheese before, like halloumi, you have never lived. We've got 2 options here, strawberry jam, thyme, and black pepper, and then we have truffle honey and caviar. Not trying to flex, it's just I happen to have it, and so I thought I would put it on there. People want to yell at me, you want to yell at me, and be like, oh my god, this shit is so good. I think we should start with this job. This is upsetting because, from my perspective, this is nearly better, almost more exciting of an eating experience than either of the mozzarella sticks because it's so intense. When this is hot, all I gotta say is you're gonna boss it. The next one is gonna be the truffle honey and the caviar. See the sheen on that? If you're a caviar person, that's for you. The caviar applies that extra saltiness if you want the brininess, the richness. Now wait a minute, what if we take the jam and the caviar and then make a little sandwich? What if you do that? Pip, pip. That actually works. It layers through the flavors. With that done, we have 3 different options for your mozzarella sticks. Obviously, this is not mozzarella, nor is the brie, but the point is it's fried cheese. And if you like fried cheese, this is the only guide you're gonna need.
You wanna know what's better than mozzarella sticks? A very special 2020 year in review, B-roll.
Not so much that it's like, oh man, we can't do anything about this. It's more so just being understanding. You never know what's going on. Let's be a little more. That's all. Let's gotta get nice and snuggy. It's question time! Oh my god! Yay! It's so fun! This comes from David Noel Smith. Should you have worked at a restaurant to open a successful restaurant? That is a very good question. Successful is a subjective term. Successful in the sense of great food? Probably. You should have worked in a restaurant if you really wanted to win on both the financial aspects, but more specifically the food aspect, because you're used to both sides and balancing the two when you've worked at one before. Assuming you worked at a position that would teach you that. It's hard for me to speak on that because I myself haven't opened a restaurant yet. There's plenty of examples of businessmen and women and so on who have opened restaurants and they've been financially successful, but the food blows. Okay, so. Oh, here's a really good one. This one comes in from Sebastian McConey. Real talk. Can you give advice about how to make recipes your own? Assuming he's how to create a recipe. He's been teaching himself to bake, and he's been getting really good results. Feels like an imposter because he's mostly following instructions rather than applying technique and getting creative. You have to learn everything first. You can't just go out and just think that you're magically gonna create a recipe. How are you supposed to know how to make a nice cupcake batter having never made cupcakes in your life? You have to have tried a multitude of recipes, and then you provide multiple layers of context, develop a basic understanding with all the different recipes you've tried, and then you apply all the knowledge you've learned from that to then make your own. Then you'll figure out how it works. Simple as that. Good question. Derek Duker. That's a balling name. What is your favorite video you've ever made? That's like asking who your favorite child is. I mean, come on, that's ludicrous. You can't ask that, and it's 100% the Popeyes video. That's what started it all with the whole But Better series, and I love that series. In my mind, it was more of like, this seems like a fun thing to try, and I feel like I could totally outdo these guys. It's been a really fun journey, sort of getting to that, you know, creative challenge and constantly pitting myself. Everybody's going all crazy for chicken sandwiches, which is great, but I think it's about time that we put our name in the hat because I think we can do better. So yes, that is right. Arrival de-rival. This is not a sponsored code, it's not endorsed by Popeyes or anything like that. This is just really a view of what I think we're doing. That should take care of the legal stuff, right? I really hope that I don't get sued. This is sweating. I love putting myself, an individual, up against corporations. Am I right?
Okay, please, please, I'm begging you.
Let's just cut the chatter and let's figure out how to fix this, shall we? Field research. There's only 2 pickles on here, which leaves like a huge white space, which... Here we go. Supposed to be the spicy one, it's not that spicy, and I'm white. So. I got it.
So to get things kicked off, I started by making my Japanese milk buns, which is my burger bun recipe. The link will be in the description if you haven't seen it already. And I got those risen, baked off, and all that. I felt like this was the proper type of bun because it's lofty, it's soft, it's a little bit
harder,
sweet, and it's got a great chew. And I mean, come on, look at that shine. Now for one of the most important parts, which is the fried chicken. So first we're gonna marinate these bad boys. Now to make the marinade, you're gonna need 2 cups or 473 milliliters of buttermilk. Then you're gonna add 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons or 7 grams of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of serrano powder. If you're wondering where I got that, I actually made it myself. There's a video coming soon about it. You can also just use something else spicy. Whisk that together and you've got your marinade. Really simple. Then you're gonna take 4 to 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. One quick note about chicken thighs. For one, you wanna make sure that these are some big boys. Don't use little chicken thighs, use the biggest ones you can get, and don't trim too much fat off. You want some of that fat for the juicy, you know what I'm saying? I recommend thigh over breast for this because
Many
they're much harder
ages
to
have
overcome.
passed
Add them to
since a
marinade, toss them
paragon
around, make
was
sure that they're
last
submerged.
anointed.
Cover that with plastic wrap,
Longer
and place it in the
still,
refrigerator to
since
marinate
we have
for at
christened
least
a
an
new
hour.
temple. Today, we do both. Adrestes, step forward. Through trying times, you have embodied patience and compassion, virtues that will serve you well as paragon of devotion.
You wish to be of service?
Remain humble. Pardon my asking, but what fate befell Arthas in the end?
At the moment of his death, Devos and I claimed his soul and cast it into the maw.
That's cool. I'll from? Let's try to get just a bit more honor. Find group, start a group, streaming, yeah. Something like 1300? No. 13, yeah. Oh. Yes, dude, I can get challenger title. Elite PvP set appearance gloves. Oh wait, is that all it needs? Just in challenger? So very sweet. Some Korthia. Let's first go check out the. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, so there's a weekly box called the Great Vault, which drops on Tuesday, and it is based on what you do. So right now I'm doing PvP, so I'm getting honor and PvP, rated PvP. Looks like 2375. So if I get 2500, then I have 2 different items that I can choose from. So if you did all these things, then you'd get, you know, 9 items that you can choose from that are at like super solid eye level. So you get one, ideally you get like one like kind of guaranteed, almost guaranteed upgrade.
Everything is negotiable.
Just get
For you, I offer only the finest.
sell some of the shit.
It's locked. It's locked. You struck a hard bargain. Good show. All goods and services for sale.
If I can get a weapon, that'd be awesome.
Is always appreciated.
Okay, alright, let's get back on that.
Or overnight. I find that they're a lot better overnight though. Okay, so once your chicken is marinated, we're ready to get our dredge going. So you're gonna need 3 cups or 395 grams of all-purpose flour, and to that you're gonna add 2.5 teaspoons or 13 grams of kosher salt, 1.5 teaspoons or 6 grams of smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons or 7 grams of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of oyster mushroom powder, and by the way, that's in that upcoming video. Optional. Half a teaspoon or 2 grams of fresh black pepper, and if you want it spicy, add 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of cayenne pepper, or, you know, more. Whisk together until thoroughly combined. Okay, so now we're ready to dredge. The first thing I like to do to promote some flaky bits is to actually drizzle in a couple spoonfuls of the buttermilk marinade just straight into the flour and kind of toss it around, and that'll help get some extra flaky bits on your chicken. Then just take a piece of chicken out of the marinade, drop it in the flour, coat it in flour, and press aggressively into the chicken. You really want to make sure you get every crevice coated in flour. Then once the chicken's totally coated, shake off the excess and place it on a baking sheet on the side, and then repeat with the remaining chicken. That's it, actually. Get a large deep pan or a medium-sized pot and fill it a little over halfway with oil for frying. Make sure that there's some depth to this. You don't want it to be like, you know, only an inch tall. I would say a couple inches at least of oil. Fit it with a fry thermometer or candidate thermometer, and please do not fill your vessel beyond what I'm recommending here. Please, I don't want to hear about any fires, okay? okay? Please be careful. And then heat your oil to around 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. Once your oil's at temp, drop in a piece of breaded chicken carefully. Make sure to drop it away from you in case the oil splashes. And then just fry, trying to maintain that temperature as best you can for about 6 to 10 minutes or until golden brown and cooked through. The internal temperature should register 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 73 degrees Celsius. Once your chicken's done, place it on a wire rack to drain and cool until it's, not fiery hot. Also, quick note, please don't overcrowd your fryer. Don't put all the chicken in at once, do it in batches. So we've got our buttermilk fried chicken, we've got our buns, now we need to make a mayo. First start with 3/4 of a cup or 177 milliliters of mayonnaise. To that you're gonna add 8 cloves of black garlic that have been pureed. I just kind of spread it out with my knife, it's so soft. 1 tablespoon or 16 grams of spicy hot sauce. I use some homemade lacto-fermented habanero sauce. Kosher salt to taste. 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of smoked paprika, and a little bit of lemon juice to taste. Mix that together and you got it. Now let's discuss pickles because I complained about this. If you cut them like this, it doesn't really quite fit on the bun very good. So I kind of figured, well, why cut them like that when you could use the space much more efficiently by cutting them lengthwise into planks? You can cut them as thick as you want, probably a little over 1/4 of an inch thick. Then they'll be easier to layer on them. But hey, to each their own. Assembly time. First rule, always toast your buns. Generously apply your mayo on the bottom bun. There's nothing wrong with putting a lot, okay? I like a lot. Shingle on your pickles and please no bald spots, please. Mayo up that top bun and don't be scared to be generous. I put the mayo on a little bit thicker in the center because it's going to spread out when you press that bun down.
Just one-shotted him.
The chicken. Yeah. Poulet.
Oh,
if it wasn't obvious already, top bun goes on and...
that was close. All right. Okay.
Sandwich is now complete. Now on the right is the Popeyes chicken sandwich and on the left is my sandwich. Or you could say you versus the guy she told you not to worry about.
And so it all comes down to this. It's very much of a, you versus the guy she told you not to worry about, You can choose which one's your favorite. So we'll try the Popeyes one more time. Okay, here we go. And listen carefully. So there's that. Now for my sandwich. So listen to this. Hear that? Yeah. I haven't even bit into it yet. You hear that crispy? Whoa. Okay, so I get this is a little biased. I don't have anyone here to taste test it with me, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, oh, well, mine's better, duh. But, but look at it, I mean, come on. That the other sandwich is pretty darn good. Bun is like just too chewy in my opinion. I want it softer, and there's like not enough pickle. This one, like there's pickle in every single bite, which is what you want. You get every component in one bite. All in all, way more flavorful, way juicier because of that dark meat chicken thigh. I think even if this was fresh, it couldn't even get close to as crispy as this. It's a chicken sandwich, You don't want to make it at home, that's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that mine is better, okay?
But do you want to know what else is better? B-roll.
Guys, and that is it. So, how to make the best chicken sandwich. Massive, like huge milestone achieved. Hello, blinking text, put blinking text here. We hit 500K subs like last night last night from the night that I'm recording this. I don't know what it'll be at when this goes up, but we recently hit 500K subs. That's 500,000 people, yo. That is crazy. I'm like, massive thank you to you and everybody who supports me. I'm just like blown away. Just very, very grateful. I know I've said this a billion times. Just thank you from the bottom of my heart. We got lots of stuff coming. I know merch is delayed. I know, I'm sorry. It's my fault. It's coming. With all that said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.
All right, so if I just jump in there, I'm just gonna jump in there. Make the hunter come out. Oh, I messed that up. Oh my gosh.
Here's a fine dining experience. Puts me in a spot where everything that we make on this channel, I vastly understand. So why don't we put myself in a place where I don't, and I can treat you with
Tough, dude, tough.
This is Damon.
Hello.
Yes, good friend of mine. I've worked with him for many years. He's a trained sushi expert, okay? He understands sushi in, out, upside down, all around. Done, right? Can we agree with that? For the most part?
Yep.
What was that?
That's how you make nigiri. The more you move your arms, the better it comes out.
Is that true? Expert. We actually worked in the same restaurant for a while together, and I never came to the sushi bar, but I watched him do his thing, all right? And I've always wanted to go up there and do something, so now we're here, now we're doing it. He's gonna run me through the entire process, and I'm gonna challenge him to the best of my ability to keep up with him and see if, you know, there's a good chance that I'll win, I think. Potentially.
We'll see.
Maybe not a good chance. What do we think that percentage is, editor of the day? Ah. That looks pretty good.
Do I understand what's going on?
Sushi requires a lot of attention to detail. There's multiple layers. It's about the rice. That's the most important element. It's about the fish, the way you cut it, the quality of the fish. There's so many different elements. People don't get it. Get it in your brain that this takes time. We want to show it the respect that it deserves, and Damon's going to be our shepherd, my sushi mommy.
I'm gonna give you a good spanking.
So, Damon, first step, please. The most important element. Can you walk us through the rice?
Absolutely. Follow me. Howdy, y'all. We're about to make some sushi rice. I've got 5 quarts. First thing we have to do is rinse all the starch off of it. This is the rice net we're going to be using to make sure that the rice doesn't stick to the bottom of the cooker here. We get about 3 rinses off of this guy. The first rinse is always the starchiest. We're gonna use this almost as like our strainer here. Gonna lift that up and dump this old water out. All the white stuff has to go away. Number 2, the goal is to have it underwater for between 7
I've
to
actually
10
seen
minutes.
this one.
So with each rinse, we get lighter, softer, and softer, like a soft ocean breeze. Number 2.
Never wash my rice that much. I wash maybe
Sunday morning. You can see now that the water is almost see-through. It's not milky,
I kind
milky
of like
cocoa
it
puff
more
anymore.
starchy.
Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit for about 10-15 minutes. It's called a hungiri. Take that sushi rice once it's fully cooked, put it inside of here. We take sushi vinegar, which is rice wine vinegar, heat it up, steeped with kombu seaweed, and then salt and sugar mixed into it for seasoning. Pour the sushi rice over, and we cut the vinegar into the rice. Not only does that season, but it also allows the rice to be separated.
The key to our victory lies within them, and in you, Marwalker.
Yes, the Primus. Primus is preaching.
Battle is upon us.
Wow. Speak to Thrall and witness the end of the battle in Torghast. The fuck?
Your allies approach, mortal tongue.
Thrall, yes.
To stop them both.
And Jaina.
The jailer is gone, and he's taken Anduin with him.
Then the day I long dreaded has finally come to pass.
Thrall. Ooh, it's a big one. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby.
Is once again
The way is open, Zovol! We already have what we need!
Too long I endured the Maker's flawed design. I will forge a new reality where all shall serve.
Sylvanos. No way. No way.
I will never serve.
Yes.
Still shamed by mortality. You did help restore something stolen from me. Allow me
Oh.
Cannot let him reach me.
Damn, Sylvanas. Oh, we got some invites. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Fuck yeah. Okay.
Well met. Azar, Jaina, what was it that Anduin left behind?
A compass. It was a gift to his father. Varian had it with him just before we fought the Legion on the Broken Shore. I don't believe Anduin dropped it by accident. He must have wanted us to find it.
As a sign that he hasn't been fully dominated by the jailer's power?
My buddy just hit 60. Oh, and it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Yes. Got him. Got him. Whew. Nice. Sweet. Is it map? Wait, where the hell? Can't seem to find. Where's this? Persist in examining Anduin's compass. Learn about Anduin's compass. Is it compass? Okay. Find out what the object was. Do we have the object? Not unsure actually. I think that quest needs to be reset maybe. Deposit anima into your thing. Oh. Gotcha. Well, I just popped. This is a wash, dude. This is a wash. Sorry. Wow, I can't believe I got back up though. Oh, 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 oh. She dodged. Yeah, the paladin's running out of mana. Good. Just keep rolling like this. They're scared, they're scared. You bopped them, bopped them. Get away, get away, get away. Really scare him, really scare him, really scare him. Really scare him, really scare him. Oh, he bubbled. Back to rogue, back to rogue. Get off, get off, get off, get off. This is it, this is it. Boom! Oh yes, 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 for the kill, for the kill. Oh man. No! Rogue's full health. How do you want to play this, dude? How do you want to play this? You want to try to open the healer? It's fine. Just end this, man. Yes, dude. It's so fun. Alright, let's watch. I want to watch someone make their own ramen. Homemade ramen. Actually, rice noodles? That's something I don't think I've ever seen before. Yeah, let's watch some Gordon
Some of the
Ramsay.
best street food I've ever eaten was in
There's-
Asia. Every one of those little...
I don't know if that looks fucking incredible.
为什么面跟水就融在一起？为什么可以拉这么长？
僕はそれを10個の目として10次元と言ってるんですけど。
首先做拉面的这个过程，就是面粉跟水的比例一定要掌握好。天气冷的话，那就要多加一些水；天气热的话，那就要少加一些水。它没有一个固定的次数，它是要看自己的经验、自己的手感，你去摸。我从小有3个梦想，第一个梦想是做厨师。从小在餐馆里长大，我就经常跑到厨房里面，我看到厨师在那里炒菜的时候，那个火就喷出来，哇，我就觉得太酷了。偷偷的，我经常有去练。还有一次差点把那个厨房给弄起火了，油烧热了以后，我倒进去很多水，那个油就呜一下就喷得很高，把我吓得我就跑出去了，啊，被我妈妈骂死了。但是我还是觉得很酷。这个过程中面就已经很有弹性了。摔的意思就是要把面的弹性给它激发出来，你去感受什么时候会拉得开。
Pally Warrior versus Pally Warrior. It's the same
我小的时候
exact
特别能吃，
setup.
把我家人
Alright,
都吓
so I
死了。
think we go.
他们不在的时候，我就偷偷做面条，不好吃我也全部给它吃掉。
Let the flesh craft
我有个
drop,
师傅
dude.
每天至少要拉100碗，最少做500碗，所以我学拉面比其他人要快5倍，这样我才能成为一个拉面的师傅。现在就可以学拉面了。就像挑战一样，1变2，2变4，4变8。 你知道做一件事要做10年以上才是一个师傅。我现在已经过了这个10年的点，10秒钟可以做出来128根面。第二个梦想是做演员，这个跟做面有很大的关系。 我以前是在舞台上来表演、唱歌、跳舞，现在 这个拉面板就是我现在的舞台，用面。
I got me.
观众的笑点是最大的。
Don't ride away, don't ride away.
我已经完成了2个梦想，还有一个这个梦想是完成不了的。这个是想知道我的生命。其实我很多的时候，并不是身体上的疾病，并不是生理上的疾病，而是他心理上的疾病。那有的人就吃了一个，好像这个人吃不起才行，跟中医也是一样的。对我做饭已经挺大了，我中午开了一家餐厅，当时只有4场桌，就只卖1种商品。他就是会告诉我，你要做这个东西，再把它给做好，不然的话你就不要去做，只要做好1样就可以了。所以我现在餐馆也没有很多，只有面，没有其他的。当时我并没有想要做这道菜来开餐馆。我只是喜欢这个，以后我想给我的老婆做，或者给我的小孩做。我很小的时候就有这个概念。全世界每个地方都有面的文化，意大利有面，对不对？印度的飞饼也是面嘛，日本还有 soba， 各有特色，各有各的味道。日本的 soba 在我印象当中就是真的好神奇。我有幻想过。
おそばは大体4つのプロセスで構成されてて、早くその4つの工程を終わらせなきゃいけないんですけど、長すぎるとグルテンがないと切れてしまうんですね。大体水と粉を混ぜる水回しというプロセスですね。ただ単に水を混ぜるんじゃなくて、粉と水ってなかなか混ざらないんですね。若い時は陸上競技 100m の短距離をやっておりまして、その大地は僕にエネルギーをくれる、蹴る代わりに彼らからこうもっと、頑張れというか、そういうのを頭で考えて覚えるよりも体でキャッチするのが、僕のスペシャルなところかな。サンドガーデンと言われる、要は粉の状態を体で感じる作業。その次がボルケーノっていう作業で僕言ってるんですけれども、それでその粉を空中でぶつけていくんですね。そうすると重力に逆らって粉のなんていうんですかね、重力だけで結びつき始めるんですよね。で最後にオーシャンウェーブっていうのは、それがもう最初のノートボルケーノと全然違うって、今度は体全体のバランス全てを使って、ビッグウェーブ、大海原にこう抱き合わせられているような感じで、今度は銅につなぎ合わせていく。なぜ目をつぶるかっていうと、目で見ると1次元しか見れないんですけど、目をつぶって意識を指先10本に意識をやると10個の目になるんですね。僕はそれを10個の目として10次元と言ってるんですけれども、そこから大好きになったのは、そういう自分のもともと持ってる才能と、リンクしたからだと思います。それが今まで味わったことのないそばとの、つながり。そばと出会えたのが多分、19歳ぐらいですね。そこからずっとやってます。もう亡くなられたんですけど、小口澄夫という大先生がいたんですね。彼はお蕎麦を僕に教えてくれました。彼がそうですね、今の その自分の技術を、まあ、教えてくれたっていうことです。次のプロセスがそれをのして広げていくプロセスになりますというプロセスに変わりました。で円が大きくなってもそれ以上大きく出せなくなったぐらいで今度はその円の4つの方向を決めて、そうすると4つの視点が伸びていくんで、4つの視点が伸びると正方形になるんです。まあちょっとマジックみたいな感じですけど、畳むのも体の本当に今言ってたバランスを使わないと、手だけのここの筋肉で使うとビリッと破れて、もうそこから手直しできなくなる。彼から3年間習ってる時に彼はいなくなってしまったんですけれども、彼からすごく多くのことを学びました。あとプラスそのやっぱり効率性っていう。
Over there. Of course it is.
そばと出会ったことで僕の人生は大きく変わり、世界の人たちをくっつけるというか接着剤にしたい。僕は今18年やってるんですけれども、そこからそばというのはバラエティがいっぱいあるんで、全て学ぼうと思ったらまあ一生かかると思うんですけれども、まあ、それをまず探すために僕は今もやり続けてるっていうのは。僕はやっぱりシンプルなものはベストだと思ってますから、やっぱりシンプルほどそこにやっぱり答えがあるから、皆さんそれがまあ美学っていうか美しいものだと感じるんじゃない。僕もそれはやっぱり美しいものだと思って。夢はいっぱいあります。
我从小有3个梦想。
世界にこれを広めたいなと。
厨师、演员、中医。
このプロジェクトを一番大きい夢にして、
我以后觉得我妈妈就特别的骄傲。我的名字是 Peter Song。
私は小谷修一です。お蕎麦作りをしております。
Hey, what's up everyone, it's Peter. Welcome to my channel where we focus on hand-pulled noodles. Today, I'm back with an updated hand-pulled noodle tutorial. It's so easy, all it requires is flour, salt, and water. Let's get into the video. The flour we will be using is just basic gold medal all-purpose flour. We're also using table salt and tap water. Mix 500 grams of flour with 1 teaspoon of salt. Use this exact flour salt ratio, otherwise it is not going to work. When that's all mixed, add in 330 grams of water. Mix it all together. At first it's gonna look too dry and then too wet. When it all comes together, it's going to be a very wet and sticky piece of dough. At this point, you might be very tempted to try to pull the dough in, but don't. It's not gonna work. So, we'll just rest it for 3 hours, covered in plastic wrap. The key is resting it at room temperature. After waiting 3 hours, the first thing you want to do is prepare your boiling water. Not the small pot, not the medium pot, use the large pot. Fill the large pot up with 2/3 full of water. The point is to have enough water so that when you put the noodles in, there's a sustained roaring boil. Turn the heat on to maximum. Get out your bench scraper. If you don't have that, use a pie lifter. If you don't have that, you can also use your hands. Let's take a look at the dough. After 3 hours, your dough should look a lot smoother in texture. It should also be a lot stretchier. But don't let that fool you. It is still not ready to be pulled into hand-pulled noodles. Now, work the dough for 10 to 15 minutes. At first, you can start with basic kneading. About 4 minutes in, the dough should be stretchy enough to do stretching and folding. Stretching and folding is a technique that is central to the process of making hand-pulled noodles. When you stretch the dough out, you can see here that I'm actually bouncing the dough a bit. This bouncing creates cycles of tension and relaxation in the dough, and these cycles of tension and relaxation allow the dough to stretch. After about 7 minutes, the dough will become so strong that we can start pulling it with force. Every time we stretch and fold the dough transforms just a little bit more to that ideal, stretchy, glossy, hand-pulled noodle dough. At about this point, I highly recommend that you take the dough and put it into a stand mixer and knead it on medium speed for about half an hour. But just to prove that you can do it without a stand mixer, we're gonna make it all by hand. At about 10 minutes in, the dough has become so stretchy and so strong that we can twist it instead of folding it in half. Twisting is not necessary, and it is basically the same thing as folding it in half. Twisting just allows the two halves to lock together a bit more tightly. If you want, you can do the entire process with just folding. Finally, the dough is stretchy enough that we can fold it. I know that it's stretchy enough because when we toss it out, before you start pulling, make sure you're getting it. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to put the flour on top. The flour is very important to make sure that the noodles are together. Now we're going to cut the dough into 2 pieces because this recipe is a third portion. One portion each. Add more flour. You want to have an excessive amount of flour. Otherwise the noodles will really higher. Now, when there's 4 noodles, we're going to do a twist. And this twist is very important because it helps keep the noodles inside. Notice this time, I'm pulling up on the dough, you see? And that helps the dough to very important. Also, pulling the dough, I'm only pulling it short little first. I want to pull the whole thing straight out. Towards it, out. Alright, and we're almost done here. And that's hand-pulled noodles. We did it. One that's long, even, and thin. sure the pot is at a roaring boil. When you put the noodles into the pot, there should be a sustained roaring boil. Otherwise, the noodles will be wait for the noodles to float up to the top of the pot, and then use your tool to push the noodles into the pot. This is because the noodles can a stack of pots together, and stack them high. Take the noodles out of the pot. Here is the most important step. Take the noodles over to the sink and wash them in water. Now, if you do not do this, you will not have that chewy texture. Not chewy. There we go. Look how strong those noodles are, how long they are. Pepper, onions, soy sauce, and sesame oil for a simple topping.
You're a true protector of Ardenmeal.
Just keeping the toppings simple here to let the noodles stand out. Hey, what's up guys? So we just made these delicious hand-pulled noodles, and I can't wait to give them a try. Let's eat them. That's good. Perfect chewy texture, nice and long, delicious. Alright, and that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go and try this recipe yourself. You'll be amazed at what you can do. Leave a comment as to what kind of content you want on this channel. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much, and have a good day.
Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be attempting to make something that I've been thinking about for a long, long time, and it is hand-pulled noodles. Now, I've been thinking about this since I was a kid, really, and my mother's father, my grandfather, used to make noodles, but he would use this stuff. And this is called kansui, and this is an alkaline water. And I always wondered what this was for. I said, this is interesting. What is he doing? My mom said, well, he's using that for making his noodles. They give it a particular texture and a particular flavor. I remember always just being fascinated by that whole process. Now that recipe has since been lost. I asked my mother, I asked my aunt for the recipe for my grandfather's noodles, and we have not been able to find them. So ever since then, I've been really inspired to make hand-pulled noodles. Now, I've looked and looked and looked at different recipes, and all of them seem to be a little bit different. They seem to be more or less complicated. Some say to use more water, some say to use less water, some say you have to use a particular type of flour. Some use kansui, some do not. Some use some other alkaline waters. And so I never found a recipe that I could stand by. But recently I just found a recipe by a channel called My Name is Andong, and he has a recipe that he claims is foolproof. And I believe he spent some time in China, and he's researched this meticulously, and that's why I am convinced to do his recipe, because he breaks down the science of it, which I love. Very much in the Alton Brown kind of vein of researching what exactly is happening. It allows us to take this to put this beautiful structure. If you've never seen a hand-pulled noodle video, it's absolutely mesmerizing and incredible. They take this dough and stretch it and work it for quite a while. They twist it and pull it and stretch it. And then they're able to do this wonderful kind of double math thing where they take the single rope, double it into 2, double it into 4, double it into... It's just really mesmerizing. By the end, they have these beautiful strands of noodles, kind of similar to my dragon's beard video. If you haven't seen that, I was very pleased with that video because it actually worked. And that doubling process I did in that video, I did that into the many thousands, and that was really satisfying. But this time, we're not going to go that far. We're just going to get ourselves, just so we get some nice, beautiful strands. So when you see the masters actually making the dough, they can do it in a relatively short time. They mix the water, they mix salt, they mix a little bit of consommé and the flour together, and they knead it really, really methodically. But there's a very, very specific technique. Then they start twisting and pulling, and they can get a batch done in about 15 to 20 minutes. That's a master with master technique. The technique I'm going to be using today actually uses time to develop those strands of gluten rather than kneading. So gluten is the protein that is found inside of flour, and different flours have different gluten contents. So cake flour, for example, has about 5% gluten. And we want less gluten because we want a nice tender cake. Bread flour, on the other hand, has a higher gluten content, more closer to about 12 or 13%. We want more gluten because we like a nice chewy bread. All-purpose flour has 11.7%, which is a little bit less than the bread flour. So it has a little less gluten, so a little less chew, but it's all-purpose, so we can use it for cakes and for making bread. Of course, these percentages are based on US flours. So wherever you live, what you need to do is look at the protein content of your flour and figure out what the percentage is, and that is the best way to figure out kind of an equivalent. Because, for example, this flour, which I've been holding on to for quite a while, I bought in the Chinese market, and this is high gluten flour. So high gluten flour makes me think, oh, this must be in the range of bread flour here in the US. That would be about 12 or 13%. But in actuality, this contains 11 grams per 100 grams of protein. So that is more like all-purpose flour. So very interesting. And this is another Chinese flour, and this is low gluten wheat flour. And if you look at the percentage here, and this has 8 grams per kilogram. So this is about 8%. So this is still actually higher than cake flour, but definitely lower than, say, AP flour. But that's the best way to figure out what kind of gluten content. Just look at the protein content rather than the name of the flour, because that can be misleading because different flours, different countries, right? Okay, or different countries, different flours. So I decided to make this since I have the chance.
The battle is almost upon us. I will deal with the invading forces atop Torghast. When we reach Oribos, you will defend Zoval while he completes the ritual.
You mean he will compel me to defend him? Each time he dominates my will, I feel myself slipping further away. Is this what you felt when Arthas raised you, Sylvanas? Hollow, empty, everything you once were, consumed by darkness.
Yes, young lion. But in the end, the sacrifices we've made will have been worth it. Once the cycle of life and death has been broken and remade, we will...
By that time, I'll have been lost. And so will you. I only hope my friends will remember me as I was, not what you made me to be.
No, Anduin. We won't lose you.
Well,
I swear it.
Together.
I will aid you as best I can.
Fate has drawn you here. Zoval may have won the battle, but he will not win the war. We stand united in purpose, and together we shall claim victory. Covenants of the Shadowlands, step forward.
think we need something more gold. Like, why is it? What? I just don't understand why it does that. Like automatically puts it on. Okay, undo all. Okay, there you go. Sweet. It's like the belt, maybe? Yeah, that's shoulder pads. Okay.
The Maw Walk.
Revendreth humbly offers our unity and purpose.
To our cause, I present the devotion of Bastion.
My Primus, we offer you the might of Maldraxxus.
The Winter Queen sends to you the steadfastness of Ardenweald.
Ooh, here we go.
War is at hand.
With the powers combined.
Covenants united. Our hope stands renewed. Our enemy is relentless.
It's a bunch of mana.
What we witnessed in the
Yeah.
it was beyond mortal understanding.
Once, Zoval stood among us as the Arbiter. Yet, he defied the will of the First Ones.
Amazing.
And sought to unmake the balance of the cosmos. For his crimes, we stripped our brother of his power and bound him to the Maw. It was I who scribed the runes of domination upon his flesh. We used Zoval's anima to construct a new arbiter, one that would be dispassionate and just. I should have realized that he would never stop fighting to reclaim his power and see his schemes through to their bitter end.
What will his next move be?
Zoval pursues the secrets locked within the sepulchre. Should he find the knowledge he seeks, all that you know will be undone. 4 sigils represent the renewed hope of the Covenants. I will use them to forge a key. Though I must find something to replace the Arbiter's sigil. Keep pressing the attack against the Jailer's forces. When the key is ready, I will call for you. Death comes for the soul of your world, mortal. But together, we may yet save it.